My hearty pranams to one and all. Before we get into actual meditation, I would like to explain to you how to meditate first. Because many of you may not have meditated as per this methodology under heartfulness. Heartfulness offers multiple practices, something to do in the morning, something to do in the evening, something at 9 p.m., something at bedtime, and a very special process throughout the day as per your convenience. We also have weekly programs and we have yearly programs. This is how we meditate. We gently close our eyes and have our attention focused towards the heart in a very gentle way. We make a suggestion that the divine presence is already there in my heart, who is attracting my attention inward. Now, this process is aided or helped by Adya Shakti. This is very relevant for this place actually, this Ambaji Mandir. Ambaji is also known as Jagat Amba, Jagdamba. It is also known as Adya Shakti. Adya Shakti, the meaning is very simple. If you break this Sanskrit word Adya and Shakti, Adi Shakti, not half, Adya Shakti. Adi means something that prevailed before the creation came into existence. Shakti that prevailed before the creation, that was the cause of the creation, is Adya Shakti. The holder of the Shakti is Jagadamba. And that's why we worship. And is Jagadamba is in the form that we worship, the statues and murtis we create? No. But it is just a visual graphic to make us understand some way that she may be like this. That she is not like that in reality. Though we start with a form, akar, and we move on to nirakar, from the formless to formlessness. And where does this Adya Shakti descend in giving us the life? That original Shakti, the Adya Shakti, always descends in the heart. Upanishads, they say this. Vedas, they speak about it. Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna also talks about the presence of divinity in the heart. That's why the word Antaryamin, one who dwells within. If you break this word Hridayam, when Lord talks of, what is Hridayam? Rid means the heart, Ayam means the place. Place where I reside, says Lord Krishna. Hridayam. When Arjun asks, Lord, I'm so fortunate that you have shown me this Vishwarup. But this form that you are bestowing on me, I'm afraid. Please come back to the original form, the friendlier form. So he collapses into his original form as Krishna, the way he was familiar to Arjun. He could not see the Vishwarup. He could not recognize his divinity before that. No one recognized Lord Krishna's divinity during his lifetime. But after Vishwarup Darshan, Arjun asks a fundamental question to Lord Krishna and asks, Lord, you have shown me this form, but what about the people who comes after us? How will they recognize you? So Krishna answers very gently and with a lot of compassion that Hridayame Pakshasi, meaning experience myself in the heart. There is no other place where one can experience not just divinity, but even mundane things can be experienced only in the heart. Love can be experienced in the heart. Divinity can only be experienced in the heart. That's why the term Antaryamin, one who dwells within, and that entity which gives us life, the life force, Jivatman, is within us. It is not outside us. Ever since birth, that entity is within us. And the moment it decides to quit, we breathe our last and drop. So this entity is our partner from birth to death, who dwells within us. We have to experience that within us. That's why this dhyana meditation. See? We simply go outward in a ritualistic way. Nothing wrong with it for children. Nothing wrong with worshipping things outside yourself as a symbol. To make temples and have small temples within the home, there is nothing wrong, absolutely. You can worship. But finally, the beginning that was there with some akar has to become nirakar. From forms, I must transcend into formlessness, the universal consciousness. The great Aurobindo, his dream was also this, to help descend the mind of God, the ultimate consciousness on this planet. He wanted the consciousness of every human being be changed. But that's not an easy task. Everyone has to want to have it first. Before you like to have something, if someone gives it to you, you will not appreciate it. Even in your own family, to your own spouse or to your own children, when we say, please do something like this, or why don't you change and do this, you see how much resistance we face. And a saint from India saying that I'm going to bring the consciousness on this planet. If Lord could not do it, rather when Lord could not make any changes in Duryodhan during Mahabharata, how in the world, however great saint you may be, can change the consciousness of other person? So what I'm trying to say is this, very simple, that I am the one who should be wanting it. Unless you want it, no God can fulfill and elevate you to any level. Gods are also important when it comes to change. That does not matter. I mean, that does not mean that God cannot bring about change. They can if they want to, if the situation demands. Situation during Mahabharata was demanding, was calling for a change. So forcefully it was brought in. Either we change willingly or we'll have to change forcefully. Choice is ours. This battle that rages within us is between right and wrong, that Mahabharata is within us. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart or listen to the mind. . . . Listen to the heart That war is always within us. That conflict is within us. And the guiding force is also within us. You need courage. Even to a small business, you need some clarity and some courage. Some people, they have clarity, but they don't have courage to kickstart a project. They fail because they can't even start it. And especially divinity that is infinite. And in order to attain that infinity, imagine the amount of effort that will be required. Infinite. It will not do by just closing eyes for 2 minutes in the morning, standing in front of a statue, and move away without feeling anything at all. You're standing in front of a statue with agarbatti and diya, some prasadam, some tilak. What about the rest of the day? Is that consciousness tagging along with us? It has become the habit of doing certain things in certain way. This morning, I had the opportunity of worshipping Shiva Lingam and Ma Durga. They were chanting some slokas. I put before you a question when Panditji was reciting. Though I know Sanskrit, most of it were bouncing off my head. And the last one, Om, Him, Klim. How many of us understand the meaning of all that? Chamundaya. What is the meaning of that? What is the meaning of Jagat Amba, Jagdamba? In true sense. So, though with Shraddha we worship with all our hearts, there is still something lacking, the experience part of it, and the meaningful things of the rituals behind this worship. I have to understand every nuances of it and make it meaningful for myself so that I can evolve my consciousness willingly. Not because Rajubai says so, or Bikupai says so, or because so and so says so, but it must arise from within my heart like a flame. This inner flame, for it to burn, must not depend on anybody else, not even on your mother or father or your community. Why I say this, I'll explain to you in a moment. For example, if I ask Rajubai, do you believe in God? Rajubai say, what kind of a question is this? I have built a temple, isn't it? But when I ask, why do you believe in God? What will be your answer? This question is to all of us. We believe in God. Why? In fact, atheists, those who don't believe in God, are quite honest, according to my observation. People who believe in God, they don't know why, first of all, they believe in God. This belief has been borrowed by all of us. Borrowed knowledge cannot take us anywhere. It can take so far and no further. The knowledge that I believe in God, even if you ask your parents, they will also have the same answer. When I say I borrowed this from my parents will also say I borrowed it from my parents, or my community, or my dharma, or my shastras. But what do you say about it? No answers. So religions are okay. They have dogmas, systems, they have belief system. What is lacking is the experience of it. Knowledge has to be backed. Knowledge has to be strengthened by personal experience. And for that, we don't have to run away into forest and become ascetic or become a sannyasi. We can approach this spirituality like a, just as a bird has two wings. Likewise, we also fly with two wings, one in Bhautik Jivan with Adhyatmik Jivan, material world and spiritual world. We try and integrate it because they are not contradictory to each other. One can lead a successful family life and also worship God and move towards that. Spirituality is all about experience. So whenever we meditate, I only propose this simple thing, a heart to heart interaction with God. So, God, I don't really know whether you're there or not. It's a fact. No? It's an honest statement. But my Lord, if you are there, please help me experience your presence. And then leave it to Him. Close your eyes and then gently meditate. This experience, rather the experiences day after day, day after day, they will be different as we progress on the journey, which is the actual yatra. External yatra going from one Tirtha Dham to another Tirtha Dham, one external agency to another external agency. You might get satisfaction, but not true contentment. You might get peace, but you will never get samadhi. Just as Adya Sakti that prevailed before the creation, likewise, the same Adya Sakti can reflect, resonate in samadhi. Both are connected words. When you split the Sanskrit properly, Adya Sakti, original Sakti that prevailed before the creation. Samadhi, Samadhi, the consciousness that prevailed before the creation. You get the idea now. Something that prevailed as energy, something that prevailed as consciousness. So, samadhi, when we attain or when we experience during meditation, will increasingly resonate with the original state, slowly and slowly. Why I say slowly and slowly, all of a sudden the entire samadhi does not descend on us because we are not prepared for it. For us to experience the ultimate samadhi is always incremental in doses, little bit today, little bit tomorrow, and that all depends on incremental purity of my heart. If I want to worship Amba Ma, Jagat Amba in my heart, what is the first prerequisite? Purity of the heart. With the garbage we carry in our hearts, I think it'll be simply whitewashing the presence. You'll just have this make believe. Like children do know, I have become Chhatrapati Shivaji or I have become Krishna. My children play like that. Sometimes they say I'm acting like a Ravan. They enjoy this play. I kill this Rakshas and I kill that. That is children's play. But for us to experience that, we should not fool ourselves and just make believe think that, oh, I did my job. No, that will not do. That is only cheating yourself. And most of us have been indoctrinated from very early childhood If you do this, the ultimate will be happy. If you don't do this, maybe you'll go to hell. If you do this, you donate so much, God will favor you with more and more wealth. These are all temptations of this world. And if you do even more punya, there will be some special place be reserved for you in the heaven. Whether you desire for this world or that world, desire is desire, and no desire can ever fulfill anyone's happiness. Desire by name, by nature, can never fulfill any happiness, never bring about any happiness. But you seek more and more. Once you are in heaven, you will also ask for what is next. So the purity of the heart. And where there is purity in the heart, love will always be there. And where there is love, God descends in such hearts. He's always looking for such hearts. Even if you hide somewhere, He'll find you automatically. And really speaking, with all my heart, with all my conviction, I say, divinity is always seeking such Atman, such souls who are pure and loving, who are not mesmerized by external, but who are always striving to become more and more successful with their inner journey. Externalization of the God has become the main reason why Hinduism is suffering today. The decline of Hinduism is a result of externalization of gods and divinity. And I don't feel ashamed in sharing this with you all. Because when you think of this Antaryamin, who says? Lord Krishna says. What else does he say? I dwell in every heart. Vedas speak that flame of Atman is in your heart. The life giver is in your heart. And where are we searching for the life giver? Outside. The direction is wrong. It should have been inward, and we are looking for outside. Vedic times always say one fundamental thing, that consciousness can never be changed unless and until your direction is correct. Swami Vivekananda also says the main purpose of human janma is only one. It's all about evolution. And he also says that what sort of evolution, at what levels, because we have body, we have soul, and we have sukshma sharir. Can body evolve? When you study Darwin and many other theories, they talk of evolution of the physical form. During my lifetime, the age that I am gifted with does not permit me to evolve. If I want to fly like an eagle or swim like a dolphin, I cannot. I can only age. I can become older and older. So that is not evolution, that is aging. At a soul level, Atma level, can soul evolve? Shastras say that it is pure in itself. It is immutable, unchanging. How can there be change? Because for evolution to have, you need to have a change. The only thing, according to Swami Vivekananda and according to Vasishtha Sanhita, from the period of Lord Rama of Ayodhya, he says, we have some level of consciousness. Our awareness is restricted. And he compares our awareness with a thin film of water, above which and below which there are two giant oceans. So imagine the level of evolution we are with when it comes to consciousness. He says our consciousness is like a thin layer of water sandwiched between two giant oceans. This thin layer has to rise into superconscious state, sky of superconscious, and also dive deeper into the ocean of subconscious. So he's only trying to say that let this thin layer of awareness, consciousness expand. In short, the purpose of life is simple: expansion of consciousness to the extent that this consciousness becomes cosmic consciousness or universal consciousness and merge with the Adi Shakti. If you have any questions, we can tackle them after meditation. Because we'll, with your permission, we'll meditate now. Sister Ranjana will first walk you through relaxation, and then we'll have about 20 minutes of meditation.